All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Brooklyn Toffee Experience. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Netflix movie about Madam C.J. Walker, entitled Self-Made. Okay. Now, I really liked the movie. Netflix did an amazing job with the movie, but I do have some critiques because, as we know, with all documentary series or movies, they do get a few things wrong. They add, they take out. Nevertheless, I still think they did a good job given the circumstances. Okay. Now, Madam C.J. Walker is played by a phenomenal actress, Octavia Spencer. Yes, that is her name, Octavia Spencer. Okay, phenomenal job playing Madam C.J. Walker. She did her thing in here. Also, who's in the movie? Blair Underwood. Love that man. Tiffany Haddish. She did an alright job. You know, me personally, I don't care for Tiffany Haddish that much, but she did an okay job in the movie. Okay, and that's just to name a few of our greats that's in this movie, even though I don't consider Tiffany Haddish a great, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, let's jump right in to who Madam C.J. Walker is. Really though, I want to do this video on her rival, which we're going to get into a second. But for those of you who do not know who Madam C.J. Walker is and what her legacy was, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction before I get into what I really want to talk about, okay? So, this phenomenal woman, Madam C.J. Walker, real name Sarah Breedlove, excuse me, Sarah Breedlove, born December 23rd, 1867 in the Delta in Louisiana. She died May 25th, 1919 at the age of 51 in Irvington, New York. Okay? She was an Black American businesswoman. She was a philanthropist who was also one of the first African American female millionaires in the United States. Okay, and I'm going to touch on that too, because there's something with that too. She was not the first millionaire. She was just one. She was not the first Black female millionaire. She was one of the first, but not the first one. Okay. And Madam C.J. Walker claim to fame was her hair care products, okay, and how she marketed it. She was a genius in marketing. And her husband, C.J. Walker, he was a sales marketing guy for the newspaper, okay, so he had skills when it came to marketing. And just a quick story on how she got her name, Madam C.J. Walker, that comes from her husband. Her husband, Charles James Walker, she took that and put Madam in front of it because it had a better ring. It would sell better. Again, it's all about marketing, okay? So, with that, her claim to fame was her hair care products, okay? And not only was it her hair care products, but it was also because she utilized the hot comb. Now, a lot of people do think that Madam C.J. Walker invented the hot comb. She did not. Okay, a German fella invented the hot comb. Okay, she just popularized it, and so she would sell her hot combs, her hair care products with the hot comb. Okay, she would put them together and sell that. Okay, her goal was to inspire Black women to be better. And one of the things that Madam C.J. Walker did was is that she put her face on her products because she wanted to appeal to black women that look like her, which her rival did not do. And this is how she got a leg up on her rival. All right, which we're going to get into in a quick second here. All right, so let me just take you to what who her rival was, which is this lady right here, Annie Malone. Annie Malone was her rival, which she also went by Annie Turnbow Malone. Okay. Now, Miss Turnbow was a phenomenal woman. And again, I apologize about my background, y'all. I'm in the house, and no, I do not live in the suburbs. So, just go on and receive this information. Oh, yeah, and I do want to say, if you have not seen the movie, please feel free to not watch this video because there's going to be some spoilers. So you might want to watch it and then come back to the video. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, as I digress. So, Annie Turnbow Malone. Who is she? Annie Malone is one of the first black women to reach millionaire status. She is the first black woman to reach millionaire status, okay, by launching her own beauty empire. Okay, she was more into natural hair care and the scalp. Her motto was, if you have a clean scalp, then you have healthy hair grow. Okay, and in the late 1800s, okay, early 1900s, you have a lot of black women who was dealing with tremendous hair care issues, okay, let alone the self-esteem and what the so-called beauty standards were back then, okay. So you had black women who were working in the fields, who were washerwomen, who dealt with what they would call, hair. They had hair loss, follicle damage, what we now know today as alopecia, things of that nature, because they couldn't take care of their hair the way they wanted to. A lot of times they're in the field, they're sweating, they can't wash their hair. They didn't have adequate plumbing the way we do now back then. Okay, so you got to remember, in those times they didn't have sinks and showers and tubs the way we do, as we know it to be right now. You know what I mean? So they wasn't washing their hair like that. They couldn't wash their hair like that, let alone if you working all hours, you may work in the field, then you may turn around and you doing laundry for white folks, and you cleaning white folks' houses, and you just doing a lot. So they didn't have time for all of that. Okay? So she taught women how to do this. All right? How to clean their scalps and stuff like that, and take care of their hair. Because with both her and Madam C.J. Walker, they felt like if black women had the confidence, because black women, our hair is our crown. So if they had the confidence and they presented themselves good and they felt good, you're going to present your best self to put you in a better position. This was their motto. Okay? So back to Miss Annie Malone. Okay? When she was the first black woman to start her own hair salon. Okay? And you're talking about in an era where hair salons was like unheard of, even for white women. Okay? So she had her own hair salon. She had a few hair salons, okay, while they were very rare back then and unheard of. Miss Malone also helped to popularize cosmetology schools through her own Poro College. Okay, that's Poro, Poro College. Okay, yes, this woman had her own college, which was amazing, amazing. And you can definitely read up on her. Here's a good article here by Jaguar, and it goes into a lot of, how she helped Madam C.J. Walker and her own businesses, okay? Now, Madam C.J. Walker did work for Miss Annie Malone for about 2 years, and that's something that they had got wrong in the movie. In the movie, they make it seem as if Annie Malone, which in the movie, her name is Addie Monroe, okay? But Annie Malone, she did have Madam C.J. Walker as a sales rep. She did. She did not say, oh, I don't want you to work for me because you're too dark. You don't have the look. Now, keep in mind, in the 1900s, they didn't have a such thing called colorism as we do today. But back then, as you can imagine, it was way worse. Okay, so you had the whites that was on top, and then you had what we call mulattoes, who had their own societies. They were the upper echelon. They were the creme de la creme of society back then, even in Black America. If you were high yellow, as they say, or mulatto looking and ambiguous or whatever, you were everything. You can get into these exclusive clubs and societies and stuff like that. You were among the mover and shakers. Okay? So, yes, there was some colorism, but the way the movie portrayed it, like as if Annie Malone did not want to give her a start, that is totally false. She did give Madam C.J. Walker her start. She worked, Madam C.J. Walker, aka Sarah Breedlove, worked for Malone for 2 years under her Poro business moniker. Okay, that was her whole business. Poro Cosmetics, Poro College, everything. Madam C.J. Walker was a sales rep for her for 2 years. And she ended up being one of her best sales reps. Okay? So, there was that lie that they put in the movie. Okay? And Miss Malone, as you can see here, she was born August 9th, 1869 in Metropolis, Illinois. All right? She was very much into chemistry. This is how she came up with her formulas, because she was already fascinated with chemistry. She was a very, very, very smart woman. Okay, so she knew about chemistry. She actually studied the scalp and things of that nature. This is why she was so successful. And she named her hair care product Miracle Grow. This is what she named her hair care product, Miracle Grow. All right. So she was doing her thing. And then her school she had like about she franchised all over the world. But let me stop jumping all over the place and just go in order. All right. So Miss Malone was born August 9th, 1869 in Metropolis, Illinois. She died May 10th, 1957 in Providence Hospital of Cook County, Chicago, Illinois. She also, as I stated earlier, she went by the name Annie Minerva Turnbull, Annie Minerva Malone. She went by Annie Turnbull Malone. These is just a few of the names that sis went by. Okay, she also, her spouse, she was married. Her first husband was Aaron Eugene Malone. She was married from 1914 to 1927 to this man. Also, she was married to her second husband, Nelson Pope, which she was married from 1902 to 1907. I'm sorry, that was her first husband, Mr. Nelson Pope. Aaron Eugene was the second husband. All right. She was born to parents Isabella Turnbow Malone and Robert Turnbow. All right. You're going to hear my page flipping because I took down some notes. All right. This is raw and uncut. So, going back to her school, I really wanted to focus on her school because in the movie, they really downplayed this woman's accomplishments. You know, she accomplished a whole lot. She basically set the blueprint for Madam C.J. Walker. She set the blueprint. So, her college, Poro College, was built in 1917 in St. Louis, Missouri. The aim and purpose of Poro College was to contribute to the economic betterment of black women. Okay? Poro College was a college that held Annie Malone's businesses office, manufacturing operation, training center, facilities for civic, religious, and social functions. The complex was located in the upper middle class black neighborhood of St. Louis. The complex, which was valued at more than $1 million, included classrooms, beauty shops, laboratories, an auditorium, conference rooms, a gentleman's smoking parlor, bakery, emergency hospital, a theater, a gymnasium, a chapel, roof gardens, general office, shipping department, laundry, seamstress shop, dormitories, and guest rooms, and a parking garage. Okay? So this woman, come on now, that was unheard of back then. That was unheard of back then. All right? The training center provided cosmetology and sales training for women interested in joining the Poro Agent Network. It also taught students how to walk, talk, and behave in social situations. By 1926, the college employed 175 people. Let me read that again. By 1926, the college employed 175 people, franchise outlets in North and South America, Africa, the Caribbean, Canada, Haiti, and the Philippines. Okay? And just by franchising, she employed 75,000 women. Black women. Women of color. Women that are melanated. Okay? So this woman was doing the damn thing. All right? So I just wanted to give this woman her just due shine. She need her shine. Because they didn't do it for her in the movie. They didn't do it for her. Now, did she probably have some colorist tendencies against Madam C.J. Walker? She absolutely probably did. You know what I mean? That's how they acted back then. And if you want to know more about the college, here's another article. Basically her webpage. It's called the Annie Malone Historical Society. Okay? That's what it's called. And here's just some pictures of the college. This is one of the entrances because it had multiple entrances. All right? See, Poro Corner front entrance. Okay? This is where one of the classrooms for seamstress. Okay? A general office More likely the cafeteria. This look like, one of those old school parlor, what they call a parlor. Auditorium. Look how, come on. What colored women back then, was doing it like this? Miss Annie Malone. That's who. Look at this. This is probably one of the dormitories. Had their own garage. Sis was doing it. Sis was really doing it. She was really doing it. And that's why I was like, nah, I gotta give her just due. Because she really did the doggone thing. She really did. So, let's get into Miss Madam C.J. Walker here. All right. Because I feel like there was some things that they didn't really show in the movie. They didn't really show it too much in this Netflix movie. Again, they did a phenomenal job with the movie. But of course, like I said, they leave out stuff, take out stuff, which I just felt like y'all should have just gave Annie Malone more credit. And Madam C.J. Walker wasn't all that dark. She probably was just, like a brown-skinned sister. But here's the cast right here. Here's the cast. Yes, your boy Bill Bellamy is in the movie as well. Again, if you haven't seen this movie, don't look at this video. Don't look at this video. And that's another thing too. In the movie, they touched on her daughter. Her daughter was gay, but she made her be, wanted her to be straight. She wanted her to be straight, basically forced her to be straight. And here's one of her, I'm sharing my screen with y'all, but here's, if you look at the first picture where it says Walmart 138 and 77 cents, this was what her tin cans look like. Wonderful hair grower. And that was the same name as Annie Malone's. Same name as Annie Malone's. She's the one who helped Madam C.J. Walker hair grow to its length. So I'm going to just wrap up, because you guys pretty much know about Madam C.J. Walker and all that she's done. Oh, one more thing before I wrap this up really quickly, because I don't want these to, this video to be too long. You can still buy Madam C.J. Walker's hair care products, right? You can buy them at Sephora. Sephora still sell them, and you can still buy them even in Walmart, I believe. You can still buy her hair care products. Okay? And I'm just showing you all the ways you can, if you want to learn more about her in more depth, then you can. And then, this is her daughter's name, Alelia Walker. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Alelia Walker. That's her daughter's name. Okay? And to be honest, they did an excellent job with pairing her, like her casting her daughter with Tiffany, as Tiffany Haddish playing her daughter, because they almost kind of resemble just a tad bit, like the structure of the face. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's what I think. But this is her daughter. This is her daughter. Okay, and that's one thing in the movie. Her daughter, Madam C.J. Walker, did not want to recognize that her daughter was a full-blown lesbian. Okay, now her daughter did have a few marriages, and that was only forced on by her mom. Her mom forced that onto her, but she was very unhappy. And if you see in the movie, you're going to see, if you watch the movie, or if you have already watched the movie, I feel like, well, the way the movie portrayed, because, we weren't there, but the way the movie portrays it as if, she was turned out by one of Madam Walker's employees. She was turned out, even though from the movie, her first husband seemed like a whole leech and lazy bone, but yeah, all he was bringing to the table was his plate. But this is her daughter, y'all, and she ended up adopting a little girl that ended up modeling for the company. She met this little girl that they used as a campaign because this little black girl had such long hair, natural hair, beautiful hair. And she ended up adopting her because one of Madam C.J. Walker's wish was for her to have a grandchild. She wanted a grandchild. So Alelia adopted a little girl. And that's why to this day, she has grandchildren, and her great-great-grandchildren are the ones who is, excuse me, the ones who are keeping the company running and flowing and keeping her name going and her legacy going, okay? And not for nothing, Madam C.J. Walker died at the age of 51. She died at the age of 51, which is very young, because she ended up succumbing to liver. Her liver had failed. Was it her liver? It was either her liver or her kidney, because of the way she ate. Back then, our people cook with lard and heavy oils and fried chicken, pig's feet. And they said that in the movie that her favorite thing was pork. Anything with the pig, she was cooking. She loved her some pig's feet. So, she's a Southerner. That's what they do. That's what we do. My grandparents brought that up from the South. Back then, that's what they ate. You know what I mean? They didn't have all the things that we have today that's quote unquote supposed to be so healthy. But yeah, she died very young. She died at 51. And I just think if she would have lived a little longer, man, we probably would still be dominating the hair care industry. So I just wanted to do this video real quick. I don't want to ramble or anything like that, but I just wanted to do this video really quickly just to touch on this and to shed I don't know why I can't talk today, to shed some light on Annie Malone, really, because I feel like she needs to be vindicated. You know, she's not getting her proper shine. They made it seem like she was just so desolate at the end and a broken woman and torn and this. And that was just far from the truth. Now, was she mad at Madam C.J. Walker? Did they have like a little rivalry? Yeah, they did. Because history repeats itself. Look at today. Look at today. How we put black women against each other. Look at what happened with Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. We act like there can only be one. You know, and that's, I feel, in my opinion, y'all may get mad. I'm not trying to get all political and preachy in this video. We'll save that for another time. But one thing I do want to say is that's what white society makes us believe. Only one of y'all can get in. Can't be two. Only one of y'all. Look at Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell. You know what I'm saying? So they constantly put us against each other. Black women, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. So that's basically what happened between them. Because it was put as, oh, only one of you can get this opportunity. And another thing I wanted to touch on in the movie is that, first of all, they made it seem as if, you know, Booker T. Washington, well, I can't say the movie. The movie depicted him exactly how he was, which I think I'm going to do a video on that. But a lot of people think that Booker T. Washington was just like great savior of the black race and this, that, and the third. No. Okay? Now, if you've seen the movie, you've seen how he treated her when Madam C.J. Walker, she just wanted an endorsement. Like, hey, if you endorse me and you say you standing with me, you know, I can get investors. Because she, at that time, she wanted to open up her factory at the time, which would do what? Employ black women and black men. Create jobs. She wasn't just thinking about herself. And he told her, your business, pretty much in so many words, your business is frivolous. It ain't about nothing. Ain't nobody checking for no hair care and cosmetology and all that. Nobody checking for it. And that she should know her place as a woman. And it's just like, are you serious? But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up on that. You know, let's give a round of applause to these two amazing, amazing women in history. Let's not overshadow the other one and depict her as like, you know, here came Madam C.J. Walker and her business just went kaput. Or her business wasn't as great as Madam C.J. Walker when it was. It's just that Madam C.J. Walker was a lot popular and she had a stronger marketing campaign. That was it. See, Annie Malone's issue is that she more so catered to, I hate to say this, but she catered more towards mulattoes and white women. This is what I was looking for right here. Now, if you see, she got up here, I don't know why the picture is not showing clearly, but no woman can be attractive without, and then she got, there we go, without a beautiful complexion, right? Now look at this, look at this. She got a mulatto woman. And not only that, Annie Malone's business was hair and skin. Whereas Madam C.J. Walker was just hair care. It was all about the hair. So, yeah. They businesses was the same, but different. Here go another one. Another one of her ads. Look. She has a very, what you would call, ambiguous mulatto woman on here. Okay? And I'm not knocking her. You know, back then, she probably thought, well, that's where the money is at. With the so-called mulattoes in white society. Let me get their coin. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, the high yellow and mulatto blacks, they were they were everything. They were into the high societies. They got into places because a lot of times they can pass, what you call passing. So yeah, this was how she marketed it. This is one of her ads. For her school, which they have now turned into a museum. Yeah. But yeah, let's give a round of applause to these two ladies who did the damn thing. Look, here's another ad. That lady look white. That lady look white. I'm just saying. Alright, but y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, evening, morning, whenever you're listening to this. And be blessed. Stay safe. Stay protected during these crazy times. I just wanted to talk about something light, but at the same time, something educational. Alright, and on that note, I'm out.